Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions. My name is Rachel Chamness. I'm at soundwavesheal.com and I'm a shamanic channel and mentor. I trance channel in higher dimensional realms by bringing in through beings of light and letting their healing and their connections to all kinds of different grids and energies that can help us. I let them connect us to that and to use their healing to bring through. So that's my favorite thing to do. And I love to show other people how to do that as well. I do have a signature class for that called Accelerated Channeling Mastery, and it's once a year and it starts pretty soon. So I'm going to trance channel Dr. Usui. Dr. Usui is the Grandmaster of Reiki. He is the one who began the practice of teaching channeled healing, like the Reiki ray or the purple ray, like the healing that we are channeling as Reiki practitioners. Well, he asked for a way to show other people how to do it or to attune other people how to do it, and he received symbols to do that. So that is what we're doing now, is bringing forward him to talk about ascension or Reiki or whatever questions we have for Dr. Usui. Basically, if you don't know about Reiki, that's what he did. He asked for a way to attune people to channeling healing in the same way that Buddha did, or you might say how Jesus did, this channeled source energy, how to focus it, how to use it to heal others. How can, people who want to do this be able to do this? So he asked for a way and he received the answer and he started Reiki. So he is the main Grandmaster of Reiki, although there are three that we recognize. And I have been bringing through Alpar Biem. Have you heard me trance channel my partner guide, who is a blue Kier or galactic being? His name's Alpar Biem, or Alpar, I call him. And he is always talking about how everyone needs Reiki right now. You should have a basic Reiki 1 attunement because it permanently uplevels you, and it's a very good way to work through a lot of your trauma and to help you a great deal with your emotions and your emotional state and your blocks and anything else that you're working on for yourself. And by doing that, you're going to really bring yourself a little bit higher in vibration, which is really needed right now in this time of ascension. In case you haven't noticed, it's a crazy time and we are really releasing a lot of stuff. Here we go. I'm going to bring forth Dr. Usui. If you have questions, please put them in the comments. Yeah, that's a great question, Shauna. I am wondering if we are at a stage on Earth where Reiki is becoming even more beneficial, asks Shauna. So let me trance channel the answer from Dr. Usui. It is of the most importance for you to have a modality that transports you into a higher vibration 100% of the time. And there are several. The one I know the best and the most easily accessible one is Reiki. I am very grateful that I was able to bring forth something that is so accessible. And Reiki is exactly that. So when you are attuned, you are brought to a higher vibration and you will stay there. You will find things falling away. You will find a marked difference between old you and new you in the 21 days between your attunement and before the attunement. And you'll experience more in the 21 days after. And yes, this is a permanent up level. Even if you have not used your attunement in years, you are still attuned. It still brought you to a new vibration. Many people attune to Reiki and then go on about their business, maybe not realizing that the new vibration now brings them to a higher level of psychic channeling. For many people, it is immediate that they begin receiving more psychic information. And for some people, it takes more time, for their guides have another path for them of understanding how that works. That's a whole other conversation. So we cannot say that Reiki promises to open your psychic senses. However, it will eventually. I hear that so much. So I want to be really clear about that. Even though I teach psychic Reiki healing, it doesn't promise that you will be completely psychic after your attunement. And there are so many people who say, I did Reiki, but my psychic senses didn't open. The thing is, it is not always that you are going to be completely blown open. Your guides may have more to teach you first for your own safety, or they might be doing it slowly and waiting for you to trust what you're getting, the small parts that you're getting that you may not be trusting. So there's a whole trust plane, I would say, with psychic healing, with psychic messages, with psychic opening. And that is, you have to start believing the small things before you get more. And of course, I teach that. It's totally free for anyone who wants to learn how to talk to their spirit guides, how to open their psychic senses. I do have a free spirit guide masterclass bundle. It will teach you a lot about how to communicate with your guides, how to have psychic boundaries, all of that. It's on my website under courses, but it's free, or it's at soundwavesheal.com/spirit guides. So, and we have a lot of great questions, so let's go on. Ashley says, what was the most profound healing experience you witnessed through Reiki while incarnate or in spirit? I have witnessed many transformations. I have seen those who were so clouded over with emotional problems, with so many problems that kept them from living in a normal society. These were beggars who were cleared, who took this attunement seriously, and who built beautiful lives for themselves, who became completely different people. I have seen this many times. You have heard the stories about the beggars, most of whom did not take the work seriously, which brought me to the Reiki precepts, which is true. However, there were a few who completely changed themselves and became such incredible healers and helpers in the world. And these were great changes. I also experienced a client who could not see, whose eyes were milky. And with 10 sessions, the milkiness began to, without explanation, recede until it was not completely gone, but light enough that this man began to see. And we had another whose right leg was so twisted that this woman was lame, and with continued healing, 15 healings, she was able to use the leg again in a much more efficient manner. She was literally untwisted so that her legs still different and her right leg still very scarred, but usable with only a limp, when before she was unable to use that leg with walking and was dragging it using a cane, unable to walk for long periods of time. And it was a miraculous healing to witness. And there are countless others in the world, but these were some of my experiences. Thank you for listening today. Please follow this podcast, like, subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you in our Facebook group 5D Daily. And be sure to sign up for my free Channeling Spirit Guides program, which you can find under resources at soundwavesheal.com. I am Rachel Chamness, and it's my pleasure to help light workers expand their channeling to heal in higher dimensions.